how does the formation of one's inner person or character relate to this pursuit of a meaningful telos in your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just add in on to that
please.
too? Because
pile on.
Well, I'm glad you used the word soul there, because often it would be self. And I'm just thinking about the way in which sort of the therapeutic mindset plays into this as well. And so, which is a very dominant kind of framework in our time.
Yeah.
And important in its own way, but I think something different than what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's not about material well-being exactly, but about sort of some sort of existential or emotional well-being.
Mm-hmm.
But how does that sort of also play in, or how may we distinguish what Joseph's talking about in terms of character from that?
That's a great add-on.
These guys, you guys are so good, and I would love to just have hours talking with you about some of these things. But you've used the word teloi a couple of times, Joseph, and
just to confuse our audience. The plural of telos, I guess. Yeah,
but you understand where what the language is, and where the words come from, and how the relation between Hebrew and Greek and Aramaic, how works that. We're not going to get into that today here, but the word telos, interestingly, actually has Hebrew. When it's transliterated and, it's offered into the Greek language, it goes back to, words which are sort of deep in the Hebrew mind, about what's it mean to be a human being, even the word shalom, there is a etymological connection between the word shalom in the Hebrew language and the word telos or teloi in the Greek. Not because they're the same words, but people trying to account for what it means to be a whole human being. What does the wholeness of a human being life look like? What does it mean when somebody is right with God in the world, essentially?
Yeah.
And so, so character, is a word about that, of course. And I found it to be helpful to think about the word character in relation to the word characteristically, because the word character doesn't stand by itself, obviously, in the way we think about life. But characteristically begins to give us a window into what it's about, because it's talking about how do you think characteristically? How do you respond characteristically? How do you act characteristically?